I know a bunch of people have probably already said this, but is Reminiscence just an off-brand Christopher Nolan movie? What's going on, guys? I'm Chris, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be giving you my review of Reminiscence, the latest Warner Brothers and HBO Max film starring Hugh Jackman front and center. Nick Bannister, a private investigator of the mind, navigates the alluring world of the past when his life is changed by a new client, May. A simple case becomes an obsession after she disappears and he fights to learn the truth about her. So going into this movie, I had zero expectations at all. It was poorly marketed and I hadn't even seen a trailer going into this one. All I knew was the poster looked pretty cool. However, when it comes down to Reminiscence, the movie falls flat. I'm just going to be completely blunt with you guys up front. It is bland. Now, as the premise unfolds early on when it comes to going into Reminiscence, where your body is laid down and you can revisit memories of your past, that is a damn interesting concept. In fact, one of the more original, unique concepts for this sci-fi type movie, and it feels like it could be in a Christopher Nolan movie. I know there's been comparisons to that. However, when it comes down to it, the execution is not there. The plot is extremely weak, and what I mean by that is you have this very creative and unique premise that involves going back and visiting your past. However, it turns into this crime procedural, in my opinion, that feels like a really long episode of like Law and Order, because one of the major plots of this movie is this investigation because Hugh Jackman's character works for the DA office where he can try and bust criminals. And this side plot really has no place in this movie, but it takes over a lot of the runtime, unfortunately. And then you get introduced to a ton of characters down the road as he's kind of investigating this criminal, but at the same time, it turns into this romance film. So the movie doesn't really have any identity in that sense. Does it want to be a straight up romance film with action scattered around, or does it want to be a procedural movie where it's Detective Hugh Jackman running around? Honestly, I don't have the answer for you. There's a lot of mixed tones and identities for this movie. It doesn't have one clear path, in my opinion. I think a better director might have been able to helm this movie a little more so. If Nolan got his hands on material like this, he could have made it 10 times better. Could have even brought out a better performance than Hugh Jackman, who I think did good, but he was limited by the script in this movie because there's a few moments where we get to see him have that true emotion, Prisoners-esque acting, Logan-esque acting, where you see the heartbreak in his character and the anger and the rage come out of him. But a lot of the movie, he has to be very tame just because his character is kind of sidelined by the script, in my opinion. Rebecca Ferguson is really good in this movie as well when it comes to having this mysterious vibe to her, and you never really know where her true allegiance lies. So that really does add to the romance aspect of the movie. And I will say, I think it's pretty clever the way they edit some of these scenes together with Reminiscence and real world present day. So I do have to give props to that. And going back to Hugh Jackman's character, in The Prestige, he plays an obsessive character who is just absolutely passionate and has his mind set on finding out a secret. And in this movie, he's hell-bent on finding someone from his past, so that kind of takes over his character arc. And like I was saying, it has very similar characteristics to his character in The Prestige, but it's not at all a Nolan movie, and it's lacking that brilliance clearly. And I feel like a lot of the times this movie probably thought it was a lot smarter than it was, but I found it to be fairly predictable, especially in the third act when it comes to certain revelations that would happen. But in the end, I think that there's probably a satisfying ending for the characters in my eyes, but it's nothing to write home about. This movie just was very safe, bland and dull at times, unfortunately. I definitely could feel that runtime, and it's never a positive when a movie's under 2 hours and you're looking forward to the credits rolling, and that's how I felt a lot of the time. I kept checking the time on my phone. So when it boils down to it, Reminiscence is a movie that has a really unique and creative premise, despite the fact that Hugh Jackman gives the best performance he can. When it comes down to the plot, it's just very dull and bland for a creative concept. It's almost like the concept of this movie is out of the script's league, if that makes any sense. The concept is so up here, the script is down here, because the plot just turns into some procedural film, like a long episode of like Law and Order or something. You might feel like you have wasted your time when the credits rolled. I know for me, when I finished watching Reminiscence, I kind of wanted to go into the Reminiscence and go to a past where I had not wasted my time watching this movie. So I'm going to give Reminiscence 2 out of 5 stars. I can't really recommend this one. I give it 2 out of 5 because it does have some pretty cool sequences involving Reminiscence, and Hugh Jackman gives it his all. But as a movie, it's just kind of bad, and that's what I have written in my notes for a 2 out of 5. Just a bad movie, not really worth your time. But have you guys seen Reminiscence? If so, let me know what you think of it down below. I love having a conversation about these new releases in the comments because I know not a lot of people have checked this one out probably. I wanted to see it in theaters. I settled for HBO Max. It is what it is. Definitely hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss out on any future movie reviews, rankings, trailer reactions, Blu-ray videos, all that good stuff. But you're all the best. I hope you have a great weekend. Expect a review for Sweet Girl, the Jason Momoa Netflix movie, later today, hopefully. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.